Today, we're going to check out the property belonging to our clients, Gateway Group, and see how they took a grand old century home in Hamilton and converted it into 3 separate legal units. We're going to dive deep into some of the nitty-gritty details, as this is considered a multiplex conversion, and also the numbers involved, so you'll want to watch this until the end. Let's dive right in. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. I'm Andy from Sweet Additions, where we help investors and homeowners create more housing and generate wealth. We really appreciate if you can hit the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Additionally, we're currently putting together a comprehensive in-person training program covering in detail the principles, strategies, and tactics as part of the Max Suite strategy. We'll share more info at the end of this video, and you can also check it out at sweetadditions.com/training. Okay, so let's get into this incredible conversion project. Now, in case you're not aware, in Ontario, when you convert a home to 3 or 4 individual units, it's no longer considered a house according to the building code. It is now considered a small building. Now, we're going to be doing a deeper dive in our next video on some of the key differences. If you don't know what you're doing and you think that it's as simple as a basement apartment times 2, you'll be in for a big surprise. Of course, the team behind this are pros and got the job done. So let's go meet them and talk more about this project. Okay, so I'm here with these awesome guys from Gateway Group. We got Corey. How's it going? Lead contractor. Andy. My buddy Hans. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So Charles is a prominent investor, developer, contractor here in the Hamilton area. More importantly, a really good friend of mine. We've been partners on a bunch of different projects. We've done duplexes. Yes. We've done infill development, new home builds. We've worked on a large training program. Yes. We've done a development of a large student residence near McMaster. Yes. And even dabbled in some Airbnb. Yes. But the one thing that we haven't done is a multiplex conversion, a 3-unit plus conversion. This is until now. So this is what we're doing right now. Yeah. And we think that this is the future. We've completed it. So thanks for having us and showing this place. So just to ask you a few questions before we start touring is, why do you think 3+ units, 4 units, 5 units make sense in the current environment?
Well, we think there's a huge opportunity with multiplexes. As you know, there's a huge housing shortage in Ontario and throughout Canada. Mm-hmm. And now after Bill 23, they're mandating 3 units as of right per residential lot. Hamilton's actually gone above and beyond, permitting 4 units per lot in certain zones, R1, R1A. Mm-hmm. So it's a big opportunity for investors or even homeowners to convert these single-family dwellings and gently densify within our neighborhoods. And so this house we're in right now, we've gone from a single family to 3 units. It's great for investors from a cash flow perspective, but it also helps from the shortage where a lot of millennials like our age can get into housing with that mortgage helper. So they can get into 1 unit, they rent the other units to help them qualify for the mortgage. Because as you know, in the current rates, it's very difficult for people to qualify right now. Yeah. They need that rent.
Yeah. No, those are really good points. And one of the other things that I've heard is that there's actually more and more people that are co-owning places. Yes. So when you take a grand old home like this that was, back in the day, 100 years ago, 80 years ago, it was for a very wealthy family. And now you have this and you can split it up legally, do all the proper provisions for fire separation and everything, separate entrances. Yeah. You can have groups of young people that are getting together. There's more and more people doing that, and then split the cost so they still get into home ownership as opposed to just renting, right? So exactly. So we're starting to see not just 2 units, but 3 units, 4 units, garden suites as something that is a great opportunity for, investors, homeowners to really, create wealth long term.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so anything else you want to add right now before we start touring the place?
You know what? I think just talking about the missing middle, we need more work on increasing and filling that gap. So, in Asia, in Europe, it's very common to have high density, different types of housing. Yeah. We need the full continuum from, homelessness, social housing, supportive housing, all the way to high-rise apartment buildings. Yep. And I think, with the 3 and 4 units, these multiplexes, it's a great way of gently intensifying our neighborhoods, which we desperately need.
Absolutely. You're speaking my language. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so thanks for sharing that. So I'm very excited to check out this house. All right, Corey, so we're in the main unit. Basically, this was really just one big open space. We had a grand room here with a living room, dining room. The kitchen was actually in the back, but now you kind of pushed everything to the front, right?
Exactly. The kitchen was in the back. You used to have to walk through this hallway under the original stairs that used to come down here that we've taken out, refurbished, and reused at the back. You'll see later going up to the 3rd floor. Then we moved the kitchen to the front where it made most sense to have, a bright open kitchen, lots of natural light. And this would have been originally just a 1st floor kitchen, living room, dining room, bathroom. We converted it to a 2-bedroom apartment with a bathroom at the back, 2 big bedrooms, living room right behind you, full laundry room with storage. This used to be just a sunroom, sitting room back when, it was a single dwelling. There was a fireplace along this wall. But we found function, layout, it works great for here. This is the nicest room, or the nicest room of the entire house. And everybody that comes in here are just floored with the design and the layout.
Yeah. I mean, having a, because you already have a living room, right? So you either have a dining table or even, you can have an office here with this nice, natural light kind of facing the street.
Yep.
You get a ton of work done here.
And the other benefit of this unit as well is, and all the units have exclusive entryways. So the front entrance to this main big house is not even shared. So the main unit gets the entire front porch. They have their own entryway. And we designed that with you to have every unit have their own exclusive entry.
Yeah, and that's actually more of a requirement with the multi-unit conversions. Whereas with a house, there's a lot more flexibility. You can share entrances. You can even, in some cases, go through another unit.
Yeah.
But with 3+ units, the focus is more having their dedicated entryway or having second means of egress. So that was something that we kind of had to focus on in terms of the design. It was a little bit tricky, but we got it done.
Nice.
Just because the layout of this house was actually really, really ideal. So you guys obviously selected a good house for that.
Good house for the layout.
Yeah. Now I noticed that you kept all the original rads.
Yep.
Right? It's super cozy in here. Like I really liked, boiler heating.
It is just fantastic.
Yeah. It's just really nice in here. I feel the warmth, but I don't feel that, the air and all the dust and things like that. So
exactly. Very clean air. Good way to heat your house. The all 3 floors are heated by rad, and then we added some extra electric heaters like in the bathrooms just to, boost the heat in those areas or the entryways.
Yeah. The other benefit of radiator heating when you're converting a single family to multi-units is that it's better fire separation, right? Because you don't have the ductwork.
Yep.
And also acoustics as well. You don't hear as much sound through the ductwork as with compare with a radiator heating.
Huge benefit in the multi-unit.
Yeah. No, this is nice. This is like great size bedrooms.
Okay, so this is the 2nd floor. This was originally a 4-bedroom unit. This would have been a bedroom behind the camera guy, and then 2 more bedrooms that way that we converted into a 2-bedroom apartment. Kitchen we put here. The door was here originally as a door off a bedroom. So we just, made that our main entrance here off a new deck that we put. And beside there's laundry. So every unit here has its own laundry. This is now the living room. We added AC units, ductless AC units, which is good to cool maybe 80% of the unit, compared to your regular duct AC unit. Open kitchen. Good layout, room for dining room table. Everything seemed to work out really good on the layout on this unit.
So it was basically 4 bedrooms on each corner of the house.
Yep.
So we got rid of the 2 in the back here, and now we turned this into a common open concept, living, kitchen, laundry, dining, all that stuff.
All just on this one half.
Nice.
Then the other side, this was the existing bathroom. Nothing major changed, just upgraded the bathroom. And then right behind you, this would have been coming off the stairwell, coming up the main stairs to get into the 2nd floor, which we've closed off and separated and fire separated.
Yeah, and being a grand old home for maybe a more affluent family, they had a butler staircase as well. That was closed off? Or?
That's right. Well, where we came up, we'll show you on the 3rd floor, the stairs there was the original stairs from the main entrance here.
Yeah.
We removed the butler stairs because they were very steep. So we had to cut back the landing, refurbish the stairs, re-divert them the other way. Worked out really well. But yeah, there was 2 sets of stairs here originally. The bedrooms we kept in those 2 corners. One thing we'd like to try and do is repurpose. So we've kept all the original baseboards and any window casings that we could salvage because This is much better than the 5-inch MDF when you got 8-inch, 9-inch pine baseboards. So we're able to repurpose a lot of that in this house. Keeps the original character. Yeah, we had to reconvert some of the layouts here and create the hallway because coming off the original stairwell, there wasn't just enough room to enter the bedroom. So a lot of this was redesigned to make a better flow and layout for the 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, and I noticed that you also have the electrical panels. We saw the meters, the separate meters outside for each individual unit.
Yep.
And then you also have one provision for potentially a future 4th unit.
Correct.
Possibly.
Yep.
And you have the panels located actually in the unit instead of like everything in the furnace room down in the basement, right?
Yep.
And explain to us like the rationale behind doing that.
So having it in the unit, so you don't have to rely on your main tenant or getting into the mechanical room or a shared mechanical room. And I believe you know better than me on this, Andy. The mechanical room, if everything's in the mechanical room, does it have to have access for all units or does it not?
It doesn't, but obviously it's a convenience issue, right? So
this makes it so convenient.
Yeah.
So every unit has its own electrical panel in the unit. So we had a 200 amp upgrade.
Yeah.
And these are all 60 amp sub panels off the 200 amp upgrade from the city.
Right.
Yeah, so every unit, and the 4th unit is already set up for future, potential.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's great. Like having that access. I mean, I knew the answer to that question. I didn't want to hear you say it, right? Because the worst thing is like, you flip a breaker because, you have, a microwave and your toaster running at the same time.
And you got to wait.
And then now you got to knock the guy living downstairs and you can't get in.
Can't get in.
And who gets the call? You.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit about how you did the fire separation on the individual units. So we had our main unit downstairs, the 2nd floor, and then now we have a bachelor unit upstairs as well. So what did you do to ensure the fire separation?
So what we had to do on all of the ceilings, we had to strap and do 5/8 on all the ceilings throughout the 2nd floor between units. In any areas where we had to do bulkheads, we had to completely stuff with rock salt, do the fire caulking around all collars. Anything over, anything over 2 inches required a fire collar. Everything else was fire caulking for that and the electrical wires. On the divider wall stairwell, we had to do resilient double 5/8 on one side, single 5/8 on the other side, plus rock salt insulation in between the cavities.
Okay. Yeah, so that was for the main floor ceiling and the 2nd floor ceiling.
Main floor ceiling and 2nd floor ceiling.
Okay.
Yep.
And you mentioned the fire rated caulking. So obviously with the rads, there's a lot of penetration points, right? Because it's not just plumbing; it's also these radiator pipes as well.
Any penetration point. Yep.
Yeah.
The rad
probably had to kind of just fill that in with like a 1/4 inch around it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need a 1/4 inch gap around whatever. It's like a 14-2 electrical wire needs like a 1/2 inch hole so you can put the fire caulking in so it can expand when it hits the heat.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Cool. Okay. Do you guys want to check out the last but not least, the studio?
Let's go check it out.
Check it out.
So this was the back door off the kitchen of the main unit. So we just used that as the exclusive entrance to the 3rd floor at the top.
Let's go inside.
Let's go.
Wow, I love this exposed brick.
So yeah, we exposed the brick to try and gain 2 inches on the width to meet code.
Yeah.
And these are the original stairs that were pointed down the other way into the main unit. We took the butler stairs. They were steeper and they were pie-shaped at the bottom. So we thought a bigger landing and repurpose these, and it just worked out beautiful.
We're excited to see what our tenant does here, like art or something like that. It's a nice wall.
We tried utilizing the stairwell as much as possible. So on this landing, we got the laundry. It kept us having more space up on the 3rd floor in your living space.
Oh, that's just very smart.
Space is at a premium up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more story to go.
Yeah, that's just out of it.
Get those steps in.
I love it. I love the unit.
Oh man, as a young single person here, this is all you need.
This is it. So this originally was just the attic of the main house. Partially unfinished, the old tongue and groove pine floors. So it was some challenges trying to figure out the layout, what would function best. Do we convert it to a studio or a 1-bedroom? But we figured, just leave it wide open, make the kitchen here. There was originally a closet right here that we took out. So you got room for a table, just to try and increase the kitchen size.
Yeah.
So you almost got in a bachelor unit, you almost got a full-size kitchen. And then we put the bathroom on the other side.
Yeah, so you kind of have an eat-in kitchen situation here, right? You can set it up as a bar or, too. Like
Little bistro table, I figured, or put it in front of the window. We put new windows there for egress, so it's crank open and you can climb out to the fire escape. We kept the original fire escape, and obviously from the second floor down, they join each other.
Okay, so this is kind of the studio.
Yep, open concept type studio.
Yeah.
We kept the original closet. There was a closet like this over on the other side that we removed just to increase the square footage. And full bathroom. Some challenges with the angled ceilings and tiling. We added a heater behind the door as well because this was limited to rads up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this created its own studio out of an attic to, for potential more income to convert your house from a single to a triplex.
Right.
Met the criteria.
All right, guys, thanks so much for the tour. This was awesome.
Thank you.
So why don't we kind of talk a little bit about, maybe some of the challenges and maybe get into the numbers a bit as well?
Sure.
So, is there anything you would have done differently? Any challenges that you faced? I mean, we all worked on this project together. It was not easy.
I was timed. Yeah.
I got all day.
Yeah.
Get it right the first time, I guess.
Yeah. It was really exciting for us to do a multiplex conversion like this, being one of the first ones. After Bill 23 came out, you and your team have jumped on that and kind of the leading experts in Southern Ontario for that. So it's been a pleasure working together with your team. We want to thank you guys for all the hard work that you guys have done to help us on the project. But as you know, there was significant challenges throughout because it was new. It's a new style for the conversions, and Bill 23 was still new. We didn't really know how the city was going to interpret Bill 23. So, for example, after 2 units, it's not considered a house. So, a definition of a house by the building code is 2 units.
Yes.
Well, we were going for the legal 3.
Yeah.
So we didn't realize that, for example, the basement height had to be minimum 6'11". So we've had to, with your team's support, reconfigure and re-layout numerous times through the submission process.
Yeah. So it's not only been a learning process for, you guys as the, as a developer, investor. It's been a challenge for us as a designer. It's also been a challenge for the city because you mentioned, they have difficulties with interpreting Bill 23, but also in terms of their interpretation of the building code. So it's been a challenge. We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, we can probably leverage a lot of this knowledge on future projects.
100%.
Or, if you're working with other clients that are doing this as well, whether they're an investor, homeowner, or whether they're, partnering with you on a project, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I guess the key thing is get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Get it right the first time. Or just knowledge and knowing that this is a good experience.
Yeah.
I think part of this project, our third unit was going to be in the basement, but realizing the ceiling height requirement, we changed from making the attic to the third unit on this project.
Yes.
And keeping the basement as storage.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that would have been a huge undertaking to underpin the basement. So we just resorted to using this unit up here as our third unit.
Right.
And creative with the solutions.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, so now let's get into the part that everyone's been waiting for. The juicy numbers. Yes, you read my mind. Okay, so we have 3 units. Do you guys care to share? Why don't we start with, when you acquired the property and how much you paid for it?
So we acquired it, I guess it was almost a year ago, probably 10 months ago or so.
Right.
We acquired it for $725,000.
That's a great price in any market.
It's a good price.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy? In today's market, you could probably get stuff even cheaper. Again, these opportunities are everywhere.
Right.
Just these large Victorian homes or, large bungalows on the mountain in Hamilton. You can convert all those into 3 units. So,
right.
Yeah, about 10 months ago, $725,000 was our acquisition price. And then we put in about $250,000 into the renovations to convert it from single family to 3 legal units.
3 legal units with the potential in the future, if things become easier, to do it as a 4th unit.
Correct.
Potentially.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So we're in it all together for around $975.
Okay.
Okay. And our rents are going to be about $6,500.
Okay. So why don't we break it down? So we have the main floor, which is 2 large bedrooms.
Yes.
And then that grand kind of living room, kitchen.
Yeah.
Main.
So that's sold first.
Yeah.
That we put that up for listing.
Yeah. So how much is that renting for?
That's $2,600.
2,600.
All the units are plus utilities.
Plus utilities. Okay. So they're paying either back to you guys or directly with, Electra, like the utility company?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So 2,600 on the main. Second floor, also 2 bedrooms, smaller unit. And how much are you guys?
So we're at 2,400 for the second unit.
2,400. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. And then here we are on the studio on the top floor. And how much is it?
It's 1,450 plus utilities, and she's moving in tomorrow.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it didn't take long at all.
Well, the thing is, like, there's so much rental demand out there.
Yeah.
Vacancy rate is low. And for the products that we create and manufacture, we're looking for, higher end stuff and a higher end tenant profile. So they go really quick when we put them up for rent. They're moving in today.
Yeah.
So you were the last one before.
All right.
Tenants coming.
Thanks for having us in here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Those numbers they sound really good. I kind of have to process it and see what they came in at. But
so
it looks like you're still getting cash flow.
Yeah. So it's a total of 6,450.
Yeah.
And our purchase price was like all in is 975.
In terms of including the renovation cost.
Including the renovation cost.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yes, we're cash flowing. We're cash flowing about 750. We're working through the refinance right now, but our projected will be 750. And that's based on today's rates that are, higher than what we've been used to in previous years. However, if rates come down even slightly as anticipated in the coming years, the cash flow will obviously increase from there.
Right.
So it's a great cash flowing asset. And, we want to employ the strategy over and over.
Yeah.
Look for other projects similarly. Good cash flow. Also good for the community as well, providing additional housing units.
Of course, yeah. So you're not just kind of like, taking a housing unit away and, improving it and having it rented to somebody with a higher income. You're actually adding units, right?
Yes.
So,
Correct.
Yeah, obviously, you're in it to be able to make a profit on your investment, but you're adding in additional units, which is kind of the big thing that we talk about a lot, right? Yeah, that's incredible, guys. So I know that you guys, Gateway Group, you're obviously investors, you manage the projects, and you work with investors and you do some contracting work as well, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Maybe. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, if you need any help, who to call. We're gonna have Charles and Corey's information on the in the information below. So they're open to potentially working with other investors on their projects and potentially partnering as well. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you to you and Sweet Additions.
No, thank you to you guys.
Yeah, we can't do this without you. It's a team effort.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, let's get out of here before the new tenants come. Okay, guys, thanks so much for checking out our tour of this multiplex conversion project. As you can see, there was a lot involved, but in the end, it was well worth the effort. We believe that multiplex conversions will be the norm in the years to come to not only help mitigate our housing crisis, but also allow investors and homeowners to create wealth. Let us know what you think in the comments below and whether you plan on tackling a similar project. Additionally, as a service, we provide detailed on-site and online consultations that look at your entire property and determine the highest and best use based on the max use strategy. If you're interested, get in contact with us at sweetaddition.com/contact. And again, we're putting together an in-person, detailed, comprehensive training program implementing the max use strategy, which is going to be incredibly relevant to multiplexes across Ontario. If you're interested, please go to sweetaddition.com/training to apply, and we'll give you more details about the training. In the meantime, we hope to see you create more housing and generate lasting wealth. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. To learn more about the Max Suite strategy, download our free guides at sweetadditions.com and get started. And if you enjoyed this video, here's another great one for you.